U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran has fully and completely agreed to highest-level nuclear inspections long into the future. In a post on Truth Social, he says if Tehran had not agreed, there would have been no further negotiations. Trump adds that, based on what he calls major concessions from Iran, he has agreed to keep the Strait of Hormuz open with no naval blockade. He says all ships will remain in place, but suggests a blockade is now highly unlikely. He also says frozen Iranian assets released by the U.S. will be used exclusively for food and medical supplies, to be purchased from the United States, including corn, wheat, and soybeans. Trump describes this as a humanitarian step, saying Iran is facing a crisis and talks are progressing. In another post, Trump claims that a record 19 million barrels of oil flowed through the Strait of Hormuz in a single day, calling it an all-time high and saying oil prices are falling while the world is safer. India says resumed shipping through the Strait of Hormuz would ease energy and fertilizer supply bottlenecks, calling it a welcome development during a BRICS security meeting. Meanwhile, Oman and Iran have said that any arrangements regarding the Strait of Hormuz must fully respect their sovereignty. Both countries reaffirmed their commitment to keeping the waterway open, safe, and secure for international navigation, and stressed continued cooperation for maritime safety and regional stability. Turning to regional diplomacy, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has arrived in Islamabad and was received by Ishaq Dar. He reached the capital on the same day as Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, who is also on a one-day official visit to Pakistan. President Pezeshkian has arrived in Islamabad following an invitation from Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. He was received at the airport by President Asif Ali Zardari, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, Ishaq Dar, Interior Minister Mohsen Naqvi, PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and Iran's envoy to Pakistan. He was given a 21-gun salute, and fighter jets performed a flypast in his honor. Foreign Minister Araghchi, who had participated in U.S.-Iran talks in Switzerland over the weekend, also met President Zardari and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif shortly before the Iranian president's arrival. During the visit, President Pezeshkian is expected to meet the Pakistani president and hold talks with the Prime Minister. According to the Foreign Office, both sides will review the full spectrum of bilateral relations and explore cooperation in trade, energy, border security, people-to-people exchanges, and regional connectivity. The visit also includes discussions on ongoing diplomatic engagement following the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding, as well as broader regional and international developments of mutual interest. Israel's finance minister has dismissed the U.S.-Iran talks as meaningless, saying Israel will continue operations in Lebanon and will not withdraw from its security zone as long as Hezbollah remains active. Meanwhile, Lebanon has seen renewed developments following the recent ceasefire. One person was killed by Israeli gunfire in southern Lebanon, according to Lebanese security sources. Hezbollah has accused Israeli forces of violating the ceasefire, saying civilians were targeted and condemning the incident as a breach of the agreement. The Israeli military says its forces struck a group of armed individuals in southern Lebanon, describing them as a cell of armed terrorists operating near its troops in the security zone. Hezbollah has also accused Israel of opening fire on civilians, saying 2 people were killed and others injured, and warning that the incident violates the ceasefire agreement. In another development, Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun and French President Emmanuel Macron discussed the situation in southern Lebanon following the ceasefire. They reviewed next steps and future arrangements for the United Nations interim force in Lebanon, whose mandate is expected to end in 2027. Several European countries have expressed interest in maintaining a presence after withdrawal, a proposal supported by Lebanon. France says it will consult countries and work on a framework for any future international participation.